Well, the Ghana National Association of Private Schools have also weighed into the controversy, describing the appointment as contravening the law. We have a statement on that. So let's take a look at the statement. Okay, the law is not subservient to the appointment of the new GES Director General. Now, the appointment of the Director General, who is the overall superintendent officer, should be done tactfully to bring harmony, innovation and progress into the service. The Director General of GES should be a respectable leader in education from whom the rank and file of the service could take inspiration and motivation. On Monday, 17th October 2022, the President of the Republic of Ghana, through the Ministry of Education, terminated the appointment of Professor Opoku Amankwa as the Director General of GES. This termination brought to bear the urgency to find a replacement. It was the expectation of the education fraternity that an astute educationist with a good track record of experience, leadership and innovation will be scouted for within the corridors of education to take over the vacant position. Those are some extracts from the statement, but let's go via Zoom where Enoch Kwesigota is the Executive Director of the Ghana National Council of Private Schools and joins us live. Good morning, sir, and thank you so much for your time. Good afternoon, sir, and thank you so much for your time. All right, if you can just unmute for me so that I can hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for your time. Now, let's talk about what you make of all of this.
Great. Let me use this opportunity to greet your cherished viewers this afternoon. What we are discussing is very simple. You know that the government of Ghana is, and for that matter, the president of the Ghana is responsible to appoint the Director General. And that kind of, let's say, right has been enshrined at the Pre-Tertiary Act. But the interesting thing is that the Act did not come out with qualification as to how the, let's say, the director should be appointed in terms of qualification-wise. But when you run the education leadership or, let's say, educational regulatory policies in the country, you will find out that there is another act known as Education Regulatory Bodies Act, which was passed in 2020 at 1023. And then at 1023, actually, sections 67.1 gives us the clarity and the qualification as to who's supposed to work in the educational space. And for the sake of the clarity, let me quote it. Section 67.1. Quote A says that a person shall not practice as a teacher unless the person is registered as a teacher in accordance with this act. You understand?
Yeah.
And somebody who is supposed to spearhead the implementation of education at the pre-tertiary level should not escape this kind of, let's say, qualification.
Okay.
It should be somebody who has taught at the pre-tertiary level, who has been licensed and who has gone through the rank and file as a Director General, and then that person can superintend as the director. When you even read section 7, it goes on to say that a person shall not knowingly or unknowingly be employed as a teacher in any institution unless such a person is registered. And the B goes on to say that if you go ahead to do that, you contravene the law. So there is a prescribed format for anybody who will want to be the Director General of Ghana Education Service supposed to certify these conditions.
Yeah.
And in my thinking, it doesn't seem that so long as the law is open to appoint anybody, a banker who holds, let's say, a PhD in banking sector, don't have any locus to serve to serve as a.
All right. It seems like we're having some
capacity of Director General.
Okay.
Because it violates the teacher professional knowledge He doesn't have the professional practice, the communities of practice, professional development. He doesn't understand the terminologies in our educational sector. And it will make it very difficult for him to overrule or supersede, or let's say control, the teachers that have gone through the mills as a professional teacher.
Yeah.
And it is very difficult to ascertain the fact that he has he's a banker, he's a professor. You know, the fact is that there's a difference between academia and education. When we talk of academic person, academic faculties are different from what we call educationists. When you talk of education, you have to be somebody who have the pedagogical understanding, the content aspect. And that is why teachers are being forced to write licentiate exams. So the question is that now we are head of the implementation body for the Ghana Education Service. Can he instruct and enforce teacher professionalism in our schools?
Now, Mr. Getwa, I mean, Dr. Nkansah has been appointed, yeah? What does this mean for the association? What's the way forward?
You see, the Constitution of Ghana makes it very clear that anything that is in contravention of the law, exercise of the powers of the president, in accordance with the stated and the spirit of the laws in our country. And for that matter, he has to rescind his decision. This is not.
All right. It seems like we have lost Nkansah Getwa, who is the Executive Director of the Ghana National Council of Private Schools.